Alright, so boom. Now, people consume various forms of media, right? That's from an animated series to live action series to books, video games, etc. Now, back in like the halcyon days before social media, people would just talk about this stuff amongst their friends. But nowadays, there are people with review channels that exist for the sole purpose of reviewing content and giving criticisms. Now, some are fair and legitimate critiques about what's good about something as well as what could have been better about it. Other people just brown nose everything and just pretend like everything is dope no matter how terrible it is. And then there's other people who just hate on everything just for the sake of hating on shit as a contrarian. I mean, there was a point in time when criticism was either constructive or it was pure haterade disguised as constructive criticism. Now, these days, pretty much all forms of criticism are enough to get someone labeled as a hater. And that's whether it's positive or negative. Like, it's all the same to idiots who just take offense where there is none to be had. In addition to these people, there are others who ask,
well, why bitch and complain about something you don't like when you can just not watch it?
And to that question, I ask, why bitch and complain about people bitching and complaining about something that they don't like when you can just ignore them? Anytime someone dares to criticize something that somebody else likes, they always hit them with the,
if you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Which does have a lot of truth to it, but at the same time, how is anybody gonna know if a show sucks or not if they never bother to watch it? Like, how will you know that a certain food dish is delicious if you never bother to eat it? Assumptions about something are nothing more than just empty criticisms based on what ifs and maybes. Those kinds of critiques cannot be taken into consideration because the people listening to the critique will just look at you like, motherfucker, you don't even know if the show sucks or not because you never actually watched it. And if they tell you, well, I heard somebody else say that it sucks and I'm just repeating what they said, then they literally have no credibility as far as you're concerned. Criticism makes way for improvement. If nobody ever tells you what your shortcomings are, then how are you gonna know what you should improve on? There's always room for improvement, even for professionals. Another thing to keep in mind is that everyone has every right to dislike or like something as much as, you know, somebody else has the right to dislike or like something. Just because you personally like something doesn't mean that everybody else has to also share your opinion. That applies universally, right? Like, I really get tired of people on the internet who act like everyone has to like something just because either they like it or because a lot of people like something, or, like, you know, it's the popular opinion to just praise something and never criticize it. So there's a difference between being a hater and just genuinely not being a fan of something. I mean, of course, there's also people who just complain and hate on shit just because it gets them attention. But cut out the dismissive shit trying to pretend like that's everyone who dares to say something that you don't like. And just because someone dares to criticize a thing doesn't mean they don't like it. You can still like something and criticize it at the same time. I thought Spider-Man No Way Home was dope. I mean, sure, it had some plot holes and inconsistencies, and I thought there was certain things that just felt a bit stupid, but overall, I enjoyed the movie though. Like, legitimately, I enjoyed the movie and I would definitely watch it again. But just because you like the MCU, that doesn't mean that you have to dick ride and just pretend like everything that happens in the MCU is just somehow perfect in every way fathomable and it can't do any wrong. If you really think about it, haters and dick riders are just two sides of the same coin. Both are going on about something in the absolute extreme. Now, you know, Bleach is one of my favorite animes of all time. However, there's a lot of people who shit on it every chance that they get. Most of the time for no reason at all. Like, oh, this shit is mid, this shit is trash, it ain't got no world building, Ichigo ain't trying to be the king of the Soul Reapers, I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes of the first episode, and all kinds of shit, right? Despite all that, that's not gonna stop me from liking the anime. I'm still gonna be hyped for the 1,000-year Blood War arc when it drops in a few days. So the negative criticisms and the haters are honestly irrelevant. But like, I'll give y'all another example. One of my preferences is that I like tall women, right? And I don't mean like 5'8", 5'10", tall for a girl type shit. Nah, I'm talking about women that's like 6 foot, 6'3", 6'5", 6'10", damn near 7 feet tall, towering Amazon type chicks, right? Now, there's other men in the world who don't find tall women attractive. And it ain't because, oh, cause he's just insecure or some stupid shit. It's just because tall girls ain't that guy's cup of tea. I'm not about to get mad if my homeboy doesn't share my exact same taste in women. It's like, you gotta be one sad little bitch of a person to be mad that someone doesn't like every single thing that you like or have every single thing in common with you. I mean, you may as well just clone yourself and just kick it with that motherfucker. Moral of the story is, just because somebody doesn't like what you like, that does not affect your ability to enjoy it. Other men not being attracted to tall women doesn't affect my ability to perceive tall women as attractive. You can like She-Hulk, you can like Rings of Power, you can like House of the Dragon and everything that the MCU in their future lineup if you like it. That doesn't mean that nobody is allowed to openly dislike something. It damn sure doesn't mean that no one who watches these shows are not allowed to criticize anything about them. If you want to roll like that, then you go ahead and just turn your brain off and never think about anything. You go ahead and just live by the mindset of never question, just consume. You live by the mindset of pretending like everything that Disney, Amazon, Star Wars, and Marvel and all that shit puts out is just super awesome and above criticism. It's one thing if a movie is a turn your brain off type thing every now and then, but motherfucker, if I gotta turn my brain off for everything that comes out, that sounds to me like you're trying to cover up the fact that the product you're trying to sell is actually subpar. And if people start thinking about it too much, they're gonna start pointing out all kinds of plot holes and all kinds of terrible writing and storytelling, and they're gonna end up realizing
that's fucking shit.
Going back to the whole point of how do you know you don't like something if you never watched it, the reason why I think Dragon Ball Evolution was ass is because I fucking saw the movie. The reason why I thought The Last Airbender was ass is because I saw the movie. I'm like, I didn't just look at it and be like,
oh my fucking...
Nah, I actually saw it, and then it just confirmed what I pretty much knew before I saw it. But because of the fact that I saw the movie, that backs up my argument that it was a shitty movie for various reasons. But then you have people that's like,
y'all be out here judging movies just based off the trailer.
And the whole time I'm thinking, you're supposed to, because trailers are supposed to get you hyped to see the final product. Like, imagine you looking at a slice of cake, right? That looks delicious than a motherfucker, right? It gets to your plate and you take a bite of that shit only to realize it doesn't taste nearly as good as it looks. Like, that shit tastes like the first slice of bread in the bag that everybody avoids. You damn right that you're gonna be pissed off because you feel like it's been falsely advertised. You know, this shit don't taste like what you basically made me believe it was gonna taste like. You know, so it's like movie trailers work the same way. If the previews get you hyped to see something, then you pay money to go see it, and it fails to deliver on the hype. You have every reason to take issue and criticize the product that you paid to indulge in. The same thing applies to streaming services, because you pay for that shit too. And, you know, to people that still say,
well, if you don't like it, then don't watch it.
If you don't like people that criticize things you like on their own YouTube channels, you could just not watch them too. You have the ability to search things up on your own device, click on it, or hide it from your results. But you don't. You like to click on things that speak negatively about the things that you like, because just like there's people that just like to bitch about things for the sake of bitching about it, you like to listen to people bitch about it so you can bitch about them bitching about it. You know, it's like you could just take your own advice and just ignore it, but we all know internet motherfuckers are just too hypocritical to do that, in addition to being a nosy little bitch. That's really just my 2 cents on that. Let me know what you think, and we can chop that shit up in the comment section. Peace.